Let's go, guys. We have another game here. This time we've got LaSh playing as the Malians in the color green against his opponent playing as the Abbasid Dynasty in the color blue. It's El Sensei, also known as Vortex. Welcome everybody to another Age of Empires 4 casted game. If you enjoyed these videos, don't forget to give a like, subscribe. Let's get into it. El Sensei actually has, if you don't know, Vortex is a professional player from Spain. He has a channel where his playlist is called De Bronce a Conquistador, which basically means from bronze to conqueror. And he has a really cool concept where he just explains a build order, explains the strategy behind it, and with that particular civilization. And after he does the build order with a brand new account, he's just showing you exactly like, okay, I will use this build order to win my match. And that's what he does. And he does every time since he's like in ranked place matches, since gold, plat, diamond, conqueror, you know, just like, oh, it like this build order doesn't work in my league. Like, he does it until he gets to conqueror 3. Like, he checks the, hey, this is the build order I'm gonna use, and this is the, you know, the match, like in Conqueror or whatever, like I'm gonna use it to show you that it actually works. It's such a great, playlist. I put a link in the description where you can just go and follow Vortex. It's in Spanish, but I'm sure you can actually learn by watching too, even if you don't understand the language. But it's very strange to me to watch Vortex playing the Abbasid. Just because Vortex is a very aggressive player, he doesn't have that... he usually goes for very aggressive civilizations, which favors him a lot. His micro is really good. I think he used to play in Heroes of the Storm before. So he has a really good micro. And he forces you to fights where his micro is better and like you have to fight, and then, you know, he's a machine. He's a machine. He likes to go for it as soon as possible. He knows when to finish games. So I find it really interesting for him to go for the Abbasid dynasty at the beginning, just because the Abbasid is a civilization that has a lot of economic bonuses. Like you have the Golden Age, tier 1, like especially tier 1 gets you 50% for all the resources, research speed, and of course tier 3, which is usually in the late game, like gathering rate plus 20%, research speed 20%, production speed 20%. All that good stuff comes later in the game. Which, did I find a sim here? I don't like what I'm watching. Oh, okay, it's not a sim. It's not a sim. It's a... Is it? Oh, it is a sim. If you don't know what a sim is, like a lightning artifact that this has. It's just, you know, I'm very picky about this stuff just because I do 3D art for a living, but normally players won't really notice. But maybe now that you have noticed, it cannot be unseen. Who knows? Maybe after the age up is finished. And we see the Mansakari already going up for LaSh. He didn't finish actually the 2. It's very interesting because he didn't finish the, you know, he didn't do the whole housing thing, which is very strange. We already see archer range going up for him, and looks like he knows, like, okay, my opponent is going military wing, it's gonna deny my houses. Why should I build a house when I'm gonna delete it later? I'm just gonna build you know, an archer range, and you know, that's how it's gonna be now. Makes sense, especially when you got the javelin throwers. It's a really good unit against all those units like archers and spearmen, just because the javelin throwers have extra range armor, which normally you don't have with the, you know, all those with those archers. Like, take a look at this, like 3 range armor. Meanwhile, all those guys have 0 range armor, so one javelin thrower can actually throw you off completely. Look at only 1 unit to defend you know, the pit mine. It's such a cool move coming from LaSh. Like, actually doesn't finish. And that's the cool thing about these players, is like, they decide what to do, you know? They decide, like, you know what, I'm gonna... normally you follow a bit order, is like, that's what the tutorial tell me to do, that's what the video I saw, like, okay, finish this and then go to this. These players adapt. He sees the enemies attacking, then it's like, okay, then just focus on defending. Then we can build the houses, and that's what you have here. Very nice defense coming from LaSh. Meaning Sensei won't get much value from this army. Won't be able to torch any house here. A beautiful house here. Beautiful, beautiful house. Looks like LaSh deciding to actually mass more javelin throwers here. Barracks coming out soon for LaSh, so it's very like you have the mill. I don't know if he's gonna go for a cow boom and then, you know, go for the castle age. Normally what Malians like to do is just put a couple of cattle ranch around your base, then go for the H3 landmark where it can boost all the food that those cows give, and that's where they start getting you. But looks like LaSh is playing a little bit different today. A couple of mills, so definitely this means there will be a cow boom going out for LaSh at the moment. And looks like he's gonna be on the offensive, which is something that usually you don't see Malian players do. They actually become the aggressor here. Managed to take down one archer. Looks like Vortex managed to take down his second down center. All this time I'm talking about how Vortex is such an aggressive player, and then it's like, oh, actually going for a second down center here. Which is usually what the Abbasid do, you know, they go for military wing, and with those units, you basically defend the position for your second down center. And he's gonna be having a good time here, have the berries next to him, have the wood line. So he's just chilling right now. There's not enough units for LaSh to actually deny this. Actually, not going for a cow boom. It's just gonna be eating cows, you know. You know, those cattle actually have a lot of food, like 500 food each. This is big fat meat, actually. Big fat meat. Let's go back to income per minute now. Just to check where these two guys stand. A couple of stables, actually, going for some horsemen here. Like, a couple of stables basically means I'm really committed to go horseman. Like, this is the unit I will make. Like, it's not like one or two, it's like... It's not like only one, it's two stables. Like, two stables basically confirms, like, I'm actually gonna do something with this. Scout, not gonna be warrior scouts yet. Doesn't have any reason to get that upgrade. Looks like he's gonna get a villager, actually. Indeed, he does get one. It looks like LaSh is just gonna start actually a blacksmith here. Meaning, you know what? I'm gonna play the field age. Alright. If you are a guy who says like Malians cannot play in the field age, they definitely can. It's just very... It's not common to see that, but looks like LaSh is committing to fighting the field age for now. Vortex is gonna be losing some villagers here. Those javelin throwers actually the secret unit to kill villagers. Like, they're not great only for defense, but they actually can snipe villagers really good. I think they have more range. Do they have more range than the Lombos? Not exactly sure. This is a Donza, that's not a 6 style range. I don't remember how much a Lombo has. I think it has more than that, right? Donza's gonna be able to protect those javelin throwers, and now looks like almost another villager went down. Not textiles for Vortex yet, just researching it now. He's like, hey, you know what? Actually, I think I might need some textiles here. Looks like Vortex intercept the reinforcements from LaSh. And he's actually aging up with the Farim Bagari. Garrison. Oh my god, what a play here. What a play. Let's see which unit he go. He's gonna go for hardened Donzos actually. Now this is a really tough spot for the Abbasid. Like, you have the villager count difference, but you know, you need to take into account all those passive income that the Malians have. You know, the pit mines, the cows, if he managed to put some cows here. Like, that's just such an aggressive playstyle coming from LaSh. I really like this. Just, you know, handful of units and macroing to go, you know, that cancellation. Look how many villagers on gold have. 26 villagers on gold, plus the passive income. He's gonna be flooding with gold income, and that's all he needs, to be honest. If you don't know what this Landmark does, it will spawn 5 units at the same time for a lower cost. Like, they will only cost gold, but in the total resource count will be actually less. So Vortex now in a really tough spot. Like, okay, like I went for a second town center and now my opponent is on Castle Age, getting that plus 2 range armor. Veteran Donzos are also here, so gonna be a little bit scary to deal with those. Have some extra HP. Plus 2 range armor coming soon, so it's gonna be a little bit hard. Vortex in a really tough spot, researching plus 1 range attack, which is definitely what he needs. Still have some villager count difference, like 9 villager difference, but you know, LaSh is just mining this gold like if it was the last resource on Earth. Like, now those Donzos are gonna go here, the back of your base. And now there is a lot of horsemen coming from Vortex, but you gotta be careful with those veteran Donzos. But you don't have much archers. You only have 8 archers here. Gotta be careful. And now those horsemen will fight the Donzos here. It looks like the Donzos will do a really great job against those horsemen. Archers trying to focus on those Donzos, but they do have plus 2 range armor, so they're gonna be really tanky, and Vortex taps out. Well played by these two players. LaSh showing us a really different strategy coming out from the Malians. Hope you enjoyed this match, and we'll see you in the next one.